Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Monday episode of the No Contest Wrestling Podcast. I am the heel that you love to hate, Shea Jackson Jr., a.k.a. Petty Guerrero.
Hey, yo, it's me. It's that T-double-O, that J-I-double-G, TJ Jefferson.
And we got, I don't know if y'all know, but it is WrestleMania week, man.
Let's go. Brockman said the Masters weekend was the greatest weekend. No. WrestleMania weekend to me is the best weekend of the year.
Yeah, so, we got, obviously, with it being Mania week, we have to have something special for y'all.
Oh, no doubt.
First and foremost, I know I need a haircut. Shut up. Shut up, all right? But anyway, we got a special guest.
Could have Benny Blades come and hook you up, but I know you got your own bar.
Bro, we got a special guest today. I mean, I know. You got your too jiggy, and I know I called myself Petty Guerrero, but bro, I might be Shea Uso today. You might be TJ Uso today,
I'm
bro.
Down with it.
Yeah. So today, we have main event. Jey Uso will be joining us on the No Contest Wrestling Podcast. TJ, can I get a yeet? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. IWC, be pissed off. He is here. He was here.
Yeah, man.
And, one of my favorite things, obviously, that's going on with Jey Uso is just the energy that he gets from the crowd with that theme, dude. Yeah. That theme song. And so it gave my man, TJ Jefferson, it gave him an idea of kind of a topic that we should be doing today.
Because I'm always thinking, and then like you said, I was thinking, Jay comes out, the music hits, we're all yeeting. And I was like, what other songs get you hyped up? So I do this thing I call the Big Ass Grab Bag on the Rich Eisen show. So I figured we'd apply it here to No Contest Wrestling Podcast. Yeah. So I said, Shea Jackson Jr., Petty Guerrero, the heel you love to hate. What are your top 10 favorite wrestler theme songs? So we made up a list. I got a list. Here's the order of the listen that's in, as Eminem once said. Yeah. So this is it. This is our top 10 wrestler themes. Hit it, O'Shea. Let me get your 10 through 6.
My 10 through 6, number 10. I got to go with 5 Feet of Fury. All right. Alexa Bliss with Spiteful. It's just something about when them horns would hit, that bana, 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 bana. It just sounds so big for somebody so little. And she's coming with it when you hear it. Number 9, I got to go, with our guest, just because of the energy, the feeling that it gives. Him yelling, Uso! That is just certain songs that have a beginning, a start to them that instantly gets a pop. Stone Cold with the glass breaking.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself.
I'm just saying, it's just the same variety, bro.
And it's got one of my favorite lines ever in a song. Line them all up, knock them down like this. Yeah. I just tweet that out sometimes for no reason whatsoever.
As they say, Chi-Who. I know I did that terribly. Triple H, the game.
All about the game and how you play
it. It's just one of those songs that, instant nostalgia, first and foremost, had us all ruining our house, spitting water everywhere. It's one of the best entrances, not just the song, but his entrance. Just when you have an entrance that shuts down the lights in the entire place, you big business. Right. And we know ain't nobody more big business right now than Triple H.
And then you get to the part of the song where the water spits, and that's just classic. Yeah.
No. Like, oh my God. This is the best. And of course, like I said, I got paperwork that says I'm not crazy, but that doesn't stop me from hearing the voices in my head. Randy Orton, I Hear Voices, has been a phenomenon all over the tour that they did over in Europe. Obviously we know they put the U.S. crowds to shame, and we're trying to copy the best way that we can. But the voices by Randy Orton, that absolutely has to be there. It's Slow Chemical. Kane. If you pull that up and you read the lyrics, it's actually a pretty deep song.
Oh, word!
It's actually a pretty deep song, bro.
I never looked that deep.
The world is gone like that. Oh my God! Absolute banger. What you got on your 10 through 6?
Okay, so I've told you before that back in the day, ESPN used to show AWA, right? So I remember there was a song that I wanted to put in here, and I'm just giving them a shout out. It was Bad Company. Okay. But then I decided there was another song. There was a tag team that were masked men that came out, and I thought they were the baddest dudes walking, and they had the beautiful late Nancy Benoit, a.k.a. Woman, and that is Ron Simmons, Butch Reed, Doom. And the song that they had was Bob Seger, Her Strut. And I wasn't a Bob Seger fan, but I knew when I heard that Doom was coming out, Woman was coming out, and I knew somebody was getting beat up that day. And yeah, so shout out to Doom, Bob Seger, and Her Strut. And then you got Goldberg Invasion. Doom. Those horns hit. Oh my God. The drums. Dun, 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 dun. No words, just that sound. You knew what was coming. You knew a head was getting banged into a door. You know, security was walking this fire-breathing monster to the smoke, I guess, because we didn't see fire.
Yeah, bro, I need to know how he did that, man.
He just took a deep breath when all the smoke was out. But yeah, Goldberg's theme, man, it was just iconic, bro, because you knew that like somebody was going to get annihilated in a very short amount of time.
And then the crowd
was so Goldberg. And now next up, this guy had two themes, but this one might be my favorite, and that's Rob Van Dam with Walk by Pantera.
Oh yeah. That's a banger.
Yeah, that was the Pantera walk for Rob Van Dam. And then you got to give it up, man, because every time this song came on, I did the pose. I'm going to do it now. You know I got
Watch out, bro.
Break the walls down. Chris Jericho, Break the Walls Down. Iconic as it gets.
Yeah.
Much like most of his themes, but this one right here, man. This
one
was amazing.
Dude, that's one I'm mad I forgot to put down, dude. That's a good one.
Yeah, and this one, you know, I don't know why these guys aren't in the Hall of Fame yet. It makes zero sense to me. But here comes the Axe, and here comes the Smasher. Look, Demolition, a walking disaster. Axe and Smash. That Demolition song was the ish back in the day, man. And I'll pull that up sometimes when I'm in the car just to listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few of these songs will randomly come up on my shuffle, and it was nothing like you listening to music and then a wrestling theme comes through your shuffle. Instant hype, bro.
I turn up the stereo. I was listening to Roman's theme the other day. I was at a red light in front of a Sizzler on Manchester, and I had to talk down.
Specific.
It was very specific. Manchester Boulevard across from a Sizzler with the top down playing Roman's theme, and other cars were looking at me. I'm like, hey, I'm acknowledging my tribal chief. What you got, 5 through 1?
Bro, now I know I'm not alone on this one, but just because of the title, I have to say this. Okay. I walk alone.
Oh, bro, that Batista.
Inside this pit of danger. That is such a bar. Number one, first and foremost.
When Batista came out, like I feel like sometimes kids might not realize how over Dave Batista was.
My God.
But he ran SmackDown when he was the world champion for years. And
during the dress suit era.
Man, Batista was always dressed like a G, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I Walk Alone was it.
Okay, and then number 4. Now when I say this is probably the most perfect theme to me. You know, there's a couple more that nostalgia base to get me hype. But, bro, Glorious? When I hear Glorious by Robert Roode, come on, that piano, his presentation, the robes. Glorious is such a banger.
The spotlight.
Remember
when they put him on the pedestal and they'd spin him around?
Dude, that damn smile when he comes around. Glorious by Robert Roode might be my favorite, just combined with the theatrics and everything.
Unfortunately, we didn't get it for very long, though. That's the only crap. But yeah, Glorious was a banger.
Absolute banger, bro. Absolute banger. Then, I mean, come on now. You think you know me? You think you know me? Metalingus, Edge. Everybody knows on this day, like, dude.
I see clearly.
And to this day, I use it for every creator wrestler that I do on 2K20, WWE 2K, not just 2K25. But like, it's just like that right there. It was everything. And now, unfortunately, I got to use mods to get it. I gotta cheat my way to get it, bro. But I mean, like, they're not gonna keep it. They're not gonna, he over there with with the people over there at AEW. Number 2, I gotta go with Stone Cold Steve Austin, bro. Something about that glass break.
Iconic.
I won't do what you tell me.
No, he won't.
As a kid, I never knew the title of that song.
That was Stone Cold.
Stone Cold. That glass break, you know your ass is in trouble, bro. Instant pop, no matter where you are. Yep. You hear that glass break, bro. That's your ass. And then you bring up Rob Van Dam. It's just so crazy. This is why we tag team partners. Because we think on the same wavelength. One of a Kind by Rob Van Dam used to make me run through a fucking wall as a kid, dude. One of a Kind. Oh my God, dude. So Rob Van Dam, One of a Kind, is my number one favorite wrestling theme.
That's pretty dope. And yeah, that one was, like I said, for him to have two theme songs that both like hit like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob Van.
Mr. Monday Night, bro.
Yeah. Now, here's my top 5, all right? Coming in at number 5. Are you ready? Break it down. Degeneration.
Are you ready?
Like, come on, the DX. Everybody knows that theme song. It's very familiar. You throw it up, the X, whenever it comes on. Like I said, it comes on in the car sometimes too. There was a truck the other day wondering why I was doing this to him. It was because the X was on. You know what I'm saying?
Is he mad at me? I feel like he's mad at me.
No, he's telling me to suck it. And number 4.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
The NWO Wolfpack. Okay? When you hear that.
Change your life.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Wolfpack's back, bringing mass destruction. Just leave the Wolfpack. Now this is a tie because I got 2 here. I've got
which I didn't know we could do.
Which I bend the rules sometimes. Plus I came up with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And my tie, New Jack. New Jack had a little song that you might be familiar with called "Natural Born Killers." My
favorite Ice Cube song.
And when you heard that song come on, and you knew New Jack was coming out, bringing just a cart full of kendo sticks and vacuum cleaners and keyboards and weapons.
Whatever he found in the parking lot.
You knew when Natural Born Killers came out, New Jack was coming out and he's about to tear something up. So I got that as a tie.
Bombs away.
For number 4. Number 3, I'm with you, Metalingus. I love this song.
Yeah.
I use this on every Instagram post, because Facebook has a On This Day feature where you have an old post. So
nice.
I always put those on Facebook, on Instagram, and then I'll use Metalingus because on this day, because it happened on this day. Number 2, I'm with you, Stone Cold. I won't do what you tell me. Just iconic. The glass shatters. Someone's about to get a mud hole stomped on them and walk dry. One of the just great themes of all time. But for me, number 1, this started when my man Michael Hawley told me in college about this band that he loved, and they were called Living Color.
Yeah.
CM Punk, Cult of Personality. This song has been one of my favorite songs since probably since the early 90s, because it came out in 88 or something. I didn't hear it till the early 90s, but Cult of Personality, man, you hear that song, you associate it with Charles Montgomery Punk, and it's just, to me, one of the greatest rock songs of all time. Not just wrestler themes, but just rock songs. Shout out to Living Color, Cult of Personality. It is my number 1 favorite wrestling theme song.
Yeah, and I know it's going to be a lot of y'all on the internet, on Beyonce's internet, talking about, Shea, you didn't put Roman. Listen, man, it's my top 10. You made your top 10.
And then send it to us.
You didn't put The Rock. Man, it's my top 10.
I mean, why you just, you
because, man, they be coming at me on that. Anybody who follow me know. And I get tired, bro. I got a gray hair from y'all. You be come out the front.
You be arguing with these people on Twitter. I'm like, you could just say this because you do got a podcast.
I know, but I just don't like flies in my house, bro. And Cult of Personality, obviously, Punk is my boy. But Punk, I told you on the first episode, I hated your guts when I was a kid, bro.
But you ain't a kid no more.
Yeah, I know, but come on, dog. I can't fake the funk.
Yeah, but without CM Punk, we might not be here doing episode.
Oh, I know. Listen. You ain't gotta tell me, bro. I thank my boy every time. I'm just saying why Cult of Personality not on the list. But speaking of favorites, speaking of homeboys, I think it's about time. I mean, I'm not wearing a watch, but it feels like it's time.
Feels like it's someone's time.
Yeah. Oh, TJ. I like what you did there. I think it's time for main event, Jey Uso. So how about we stop the bullshitting and we get to the interview? Bro, our next guest on the No Contest Wrestling Podcast is somebody TJ and I have been waiting a long time to talk to. Yep. He is well known for being a part of one of the most decorated tag teams in the history of the WWE.
That's a fact.
Being a part of probably the most decorated family that I know.
That's easily
in the history of wrestling. He's a 10-time former tag team champion. He's a former Intercontinental Champion, a 2025 Royal Rumble winner. He once said his favorite karaoke song was Michael Jackson's Beat It. But now he's beating ass all over the world, TJ. All right, this dude has gone from a dark match battle royale at WrestleMania 27 to now battling for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41, and from dropping jewels at FCW to being your main event, Jey Uso. Welcome to the pod.
Man, that's right, Us. Appreciate it. Man, you said jewels. Come on, man.
Dropping jewels at FCW.
Yo, I like your style.
Nice,
I like your style,
here, bro.
kid.
I keep trying to tell, man. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling. We here, Us. It's Monday.
Right.
You feel me? No more talking, man. I got a busy week in front of us. Us, like, you know what it is, like media, all that side stuff. That's part of the game. We out on the West Coast, Us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ready to. I'm ready to put on, man. I'm ready to give a show.
Jey, how do you just mentioned you have all the media, you got all the side stuff you have to do. How do you handle that, but still keep your mind right and keep your eyes on the prize and stay focused on the task at hand?
Man, it was day by day. You know what I'm saying? Attack the day, you know, as it comes. A lot of heavy days, but it's okay, man. It's part of the game. There was a time in my career where I wasn't doing like none of this stuff. You feel me? So I embrace everything as it comes.
Now, what I would say before, you know, obviously we know about your family. We know about the road once you know, hit the ground with wrestling. But talk to us a little bit about life before wrestling. You know, what was it that kind of made you get bit by the wrestling bug?
You know, man, it was like, you know, obviously football was always in the back of our head. It was, you know, went to school, went to college, played a little bit, you know. After college, you know, when you go back to the real world, you know, you get a regular job and stuff, you know, that transition is hard, right? Because you're just a kid in there and you kind of don't know how good you got it until you in the real world, if that makes sense.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Had my son pretty early. I was 20 years old. You know, life, you just move and groove with it, man. And I just thought like, yo, this ain't it. You know, me, Roman too, just like doing the office furniture stuff, and just felt like we had more potential to do something, man. Like, and we just had to take the step to go, you know, to chase the dream. It was hard work, man. We Samoans, right? We obviously big anyway. You gotta get in shape, bro. You know what I'm saying? This business is cosmetically pleasing. You know, you gotta look the part, which is hard. You know, but my story, man. I just like, if I can do it, man. All the little homies out there, whoever, even like the ones struggling now, you just got to put the work in. I'm a big fan, a big believer in hard work, because you'll never ever you can't knock that. You know, regardless if you don't get your opportunity through that hard work, you will get your opportunity. But to answer your question, I just knew we always had wrestling in the background or as a door to go in. We just had to step through it. And then, you know, being not scared but like a little bit intimidated, it was because of my family so dope in the game. You know, I didn't want to be the first Samoans that suck.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah, that's daunting, right? It has to be daunting. That's
Yeah,
probably one of the reasons why you didn't want to grab a mic.
Yeah.
Because look at what you would have been held up against.
Yeah, I feel you 100% on, you know, seeing what doors are open, you know, through your family, and making the right decision and taking it. And once you hit the ground running, to keep going. So I completely commend you for that. You're doing an amazing job. Obviously, you're headed to WrestleMania to do what you need to do. But before we get to main event, Jey Uso, I need to know what was a welcome to wrestling moment for you, where you either took a bump, took a hit, something happened that let you know, oh, okay, this is the rest of my life now. So what was a welcome to wrestling moment for you?
Man, my first match
okay.
was against Mark Henry.
No.
And Goldust. Like these two are OGs in the game.
Yeah.
But man, and I'm like 23 at this moment. You know, this is like 2010. It was on Superstars. Like the Superstars just come on WGN, and it was still on cable.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember that.
Oh yeah.
I see Mark Henry across the ring from me, right? And I'm starting with Mark. But when I look at him, I saw a different man. I was a little bit shook in there. It was because I was looking at him like, hold up, you remember me, right? We was just talking. He had this character, like I saw it, and I just saw how he got into character real quick, and like how he's such a nice guy off top. It was like he's my OG for sure. But just to see his work and how he performed, like it made me, it bought me. I thought he was tripping, you know, but
right.
Hey, youngin, do this and this, you know, like he's working with me out there too. But that's a light bulb that kind of went off. I'm like, okay, this at this level, you know, I got it, you know, or still trying to get it, but yeah, standing across the ring from Mark Henry.
Yeah, that'll do it. Friend of the show,
Mark Henry. Yeah.
Friend of the show. That's my dog.
You know, we jumped ahead, but there's one thing I want to touch on real quick. You talked about football, so maybe you can tell me a little bit about this dude, Joshua Fatu, who was the linebacker for West Alabama University. What was that cat all about?
Man, had the same dog mentality though. It was, you know, I got that in me. Man, just I was just trying to start. I was a true freshman, started, you know, I had like two seniors in front of me. I was third, but like I've always had that outwork you mentality. And I feel like if you come from ball and you transition over to wrestling, I think it's pretty easy there because you still got that mindset to outwork. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn, just like how you got to learn your position with your position coach. It's the same thing here. So I think that's the advantage like most of the homies got these days, because they literally pulling them off the gridiron and then they bringing them into the wrestling ring. But then when they get to this wrestling ring thing, they shake, you know, they shook. They think you can do it, think you can move with it, but it's a different movement in here. It's like, you know, we're working together. We're more so than against each other.
What was that WrestleMania with Lawrence Taylor?
That was 10?
Yeah, bro. If you look at it, for those who don't know, you look at Lawrence Taylor at the end of that match. Tired as hell.
Well, I mean, you always see that, and especially back in the day, you'd see these pro football players, they do a battle royal or something. For instance, like WrestleMania 2, which was a huge battle royal that involved football players, and the football players were all gassing out, blowing up real quick.
Bro.
I mean, this is a whole nother animal, what's going on inside of those ropes right there, what these brothers is doing.
An absolute different beast, man. Now, you got to follow up? My bad.
Well, no, I mean, you know, I knew football was his thing, you know, so I wanted to just touch on that real quick.
You know, they Niners fans, bro.
Oh, that's true.
Yo, come on, man. You know I'm a Ram, bro. I can't be. Come on now.
And I'm a Cowboys fan, so I really got beef with Dwight Clark and Joe Montana from back in the day.
You said who?
I said I'm a Cowboys fan, so I got beef with Dwight Clark.
I'm gonna
Absolutely. I ain't got much love for the Niners, but I got love for Jey Uso.
Yeah, right. We gonna be rooting for you, bro. And he about to try to win a belt in Raiders territory. That's crazy.
Wow,
bro.
yeah, that's gonna be something else.
But so, I want you to talk to me a little bit about a match that I seen back in an old interview that you and your brother credited to being really the match that kind of put you on the spot, especially when it came to the boys in the back and everybody watching. I think it was a Money in the Bank pre-show. in a list that of opponents that really could be a WrestleMania main event, honestly. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns versus Jimmy and Jey Uso. So talk to us a little bit about that match and what it did for you.
Yeah, put us on the map right there. One. Two, I can remember it like yesterday. It was, the Shield was the hottest thing at that moment, right? We're in Philadelphia. Me and my brother come out, boom. We're the baby faces at this point. Like, we know this. They're heels. We come out, it was boom. Shield music hits. What I mean, the place damn erupted, bro. I'm like, all right. Look at my brother like, let's see what happens, man. Man. And because they're the baby faces, you feel me? And then I like it though, man, because we weren't even supposed to be in that match, right? We was just waiting, like just what team is next? Like Usos are here. All right, let's do it. Man, at the end of that match, bro, we had them on fire. I like how it switched though, man, because they was with the Shield, and then towards the end of the match, man, they was chanting Usos too. So I kind of was like, yo, bro, I think we on our way right here. Like, I think we're good here. The following week, we was on TV, you know what I'm saying? Like, consistently. I remember Mark Henry specifically saying, I've never seen the team go out there and they just flat on their hands. And by the end of the match, everyone was standing and cheering. That's my first match those I've been into where I kind of felt like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like. Yeah, you feel me? This is that feels right here. This is like this, So I'll always, that's my top three, man. I gotta say, like, I love Usos versus Wyatt's 2 out of 3 falls. That's my favorite. I like the Hell in a Cell with the New Day. That's my favorite. But number one, hands down, would be Money in the Bank in London against Solo and Roman. Oh, because that was our first one together, man, and I was so bro. I'm just so hella happy and grateful. Like, I'm looking, it's my family in here, you feel me? And that's a fun thing, regardless of the work. It was like we in there like low key laughing at each other. You know what I'm saying? Clearly. Man, that's why it was hard for me laughing all the time, whatever, with the bloodline stuff, because it's really hard to like stand this, eye to eye with my brothers, and they're trying to make me laugh, It just comes off easy, man. But yeah, I'll never forget that match, man.
Yeah, me and my friends, we were calling that the living room classic because it's like you there with your brothers and your cousin. Right. This is a living room classic, that bro. Move the couch, move the coffee table. We about to go down. So that's amazing, man. I'm glad you were able to have that.
We was back in the swimming pool right there.
Exactly. Well, and that kind of brings me up to what I wanted to ask you next. I want to get into like the laughter, but now that we're at this point, your brother Roman, you guys growing up together. From everything we've read, the documentaries, just thick as thieves, the three of you. Did you guys have those moments when you are in the living room and you're just sitting chilling with each other as teenagers and kids? And did you ever talk about, we could follow our pops and our uncles in doing this wrestling bids? Was that ever like a dream of you guys growing up?
Nah.
Really?
Nah. We never talked wrestling like that. Like we was always about ball, man. That was it. Basketball, baseball, we was always like there's no off season for us because we was in every sport, With our parents, my dad was on the road a lot, so Joe would be at my house all the time. So we played on the same Pop Warner football team, high school team. So we would always just go to practice. Like my mom and his mom would just take us to practice, come home, eat, chill, go to school, practice, eat, chill. You know what I'm saying? It was the same process. We didn't start like talking about wrestling until like after college, after, when Roman got sick, and then we knew the NFL wasn't that route. Hey, man, come this way. You know what I'm saying? At this time, me and Jimmy was in FCW. So he saw us like, oh shit, twins, I'm gonna try it too. Now look at him. Now look at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Now, you didn't talk about football or wrestling because it was all about football. You mentioned earlier working in the warehouse, right? Now, from what I understand, it was the late great Umaga who basically told you cats, look, come down here with me and do this. What was that feeling as you and your brother were, I guess, quitting your job, packing up, getting ready to leave everything you knew to chase the wrestling dream? What were the conversations that you and your brother had as you were about to embark on this journey?
Man, if I could be honest with y'all, Luz, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. Shit, man. Me and my brother would just, after you clock in 9 to 5, there's a hole in the wall bar down the street, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna sit there. He got $10. I got $10. $5 pitchers. You know what I'm saying? So we about to get it in.
I feel that.
Yeah, I'm over there. We over there chilling, and I just feel like a big hand just like slap my shoulder. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I turn around like it's my uncle in the middle of us, like just pissed off, right? And
that had to be scary.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, first off, I'm like, what you doing here, Unc? Yeah. Drove from Houston to come get us, but just showed up. It's like 1 a.m. at this time too. You feel me?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and he just standing between us, cutting this damn realest promo ever. I could just tell he hella mad, and he don't never talk like that to me and my brother. You feel me?
Yeah.
So he was just laying in on us. So it's just like y'all y'all MF is getting fat. Y'all over here wasting me. Y'all over here ain't doing shit. Like y'all wanna come make a good living or what? Because this is the last time I'm ever coming back to Pensacola. We was in Pensacola. If y'all don't leave with me tonight, like I'm not reaching my hand no more. He's like, call your boss. Call my boss that night. And the crazy thing is the boss is Joe's sister.
Right? I was about to mention that. That's Roman's big sis, right? Yeah.
Yes. We call her auntie because she's a little older than us. Mm-hmm. Feel me? So boom, we let her know. I go to my apartment, I pack one bag. I just had my son. Had to tell my lady at the time, I'm gone. We gotta go. She's like, what do you mean? We're about to go to Houston. My brother was my neighbor. Same thing with him. Unc gave her a little bit of money, gave Jimmy's family a little bit of money. Packed one bag. It was 9 hours of Houston. I got evicted out that apartment. One bag. It was one and done. And then we lock in with Booker. You feel me? But by this time, I'm training. We're training every day. Charlie Haas, Shelton Benjamin, Carlito. This was a Houston crew.
Yeah.
So Rey Mysterio. So we around this. You feel me? I ain't never been around money or seen big houses the way, so when I'm around it, I'm looking around like, oh, this how we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Unc spitting game the whole time. Hell, you can have this too. You can have all of this, just the mindset, bro. I'm glad he just I'm glad he just picked us up by the collar though and drug our ass out of there. But we ain't looked back since.
That's pretty dope. And
that's pretty hard.
Just to kind of share my story too. I'm from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. One Monday, Jay, I was sitting there like, I feel like this is God's way of telling me I need to move to California because I came out and visited. I loved it. Went back to Pittsburgh for a year. I was selling shoes, working at the newspaper. One day, one of my buddies showed up, bro. I hadn't seen this dude in almost 3 years. And he showed up at my house on a Monday and he goes, I'm off work this week. And next Monday, I'm driving to LA for work. And just like you were saying, man, we went up to the bar at the top of my hill in Pittsburgh, eating quarter wings, watching Monday Nitro and Raw. They would give me the remote controls and I would turn back and forth. And I sat there and just went, I'm leaving. And the next Monday, I left. And the thing was, if I'd had time to think about it, I would have talked myself out of it. And it seems like maybe that was as true for you and your brother. If your uncle had given you the option to think about it, maybe you wouldn't have made that move because common sense starts to kick in. It's like, what am I doing here? And maybe that was the same mindset you guys had. Like, you had to do it then because you may have talked yourself out of it.
Of course, you got to jump, you know?
Yeah.
You just got to jump, man. Like, believe in yourself, you know? I mean, it can't get no harder than where you was at. You feel me? So why not go try this, you know?
Exactly. Man, that's powerful right there, Joe.
So, I mean, if y'all was talking about, you know, ball as much as you did, y'all were fans, though, of wrestling, right?
Of course, Oos. Of course. Yeah. Of course, man. You and bro, when my dad ran over Stone Cold, I was like 11, 12, 13, like kind of going into that, you know. We was boxing every day, bro. We was because the kids were like, "Your dad suck. Your dad ran over Stone Cold."
Oh,
you know,
yeah, that had to be tough for you in school.
Yeah.
We was about that, bro. The only thing that protected us kind of because we was hella good in football, so they kind of ain't mess with us.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at them in their family, what would make you think that you'd want to start something with them?
Bro, we gonna have to jump them.
Come on, man.
Hey man, we was getting all the girls back then too, so they would low key hate.
Oh, of course, yeah, no doubt.
I ain't never think because like, you know, with my pops, I ain't never had while I was in school, my dad ain't never had a beef where like I would have to deal with the fans of the other dude or anything like that. So
him and NWA was cool by the time you came around. By the time
I'm rocking, so like, dang, I didn't even think about the fact that. Yeah, man, your dad ran over Stone Cold. You would be a problem, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know, as kids, it was at that time like you can't tell me like my dad suck or like y'all suck. No. Now I'm over here in DX chops on you too, cuz.
Hell yeah,
that's amazing, right?
That's a great way to think,
right?
That's like, hard.
But I mean, you know, you also notice too a lot of children of wrestlers, right? When you ask them or you hear who their favorites was, it's never really their pops. Same thing with like, you know, basketball players, football players. Yeah. So who were your favorite wrestlers back then? Wait.
Because this is a question I was about to ask. Because I've seen you say Ultimate Warrior and I've seen you say Great Muta. So I need to know, who is it, bro? Talk to me.
Man, it was I'm gonna have to go with Ultimate Warrior though.
Okay.
For real, man. Like he was a damn superhero to us back then.
Yeah, he was.
Damn, man, what a character. I mean, I know he get picked apart, and I'm kind of getting compared to him, which is a crazy thing about he was good in every other aspect, but in the ring, you know, when to me, like,
come on, G.
I'm a sign as a headed, bro. I'm dope in the ring. Like y'all kiss my ass. You know what I mean? Like y'all better peep the game or get in there with me.
Yeah, get in there with him.
Act like you know.
Yeah. But Ultimate Warrior was damn. You know, I liked him. A lot of homies don't know Great Muta, but like damn, it was Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Man, Tonga Kid is the number one in my family. If we really want to talk, like, I think he's the best. I think he was the best out of all my uncles. The Tonga Kid, man. If you know, you know.
You know, right?
Yeah.
And you know,
that's the dad of the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, bro.
No doubt.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
we met Journey 2 weeks ago. We were at an MLW show out here. We chopped it out with Journey for a little bit.
Yeah,
mad
cool dude. Yeah, mad cool, man. Everybody in that damn family has been cool to me, man. Y'all from the jump, you know, one of my first live events, I took my family back there and catering, and you and your brother, man, y'all looked out for me, introduced me to Pops. You know, y'all have been so cool with me. So I just wanted to, you know, we spoke about Journey. I just want to acknowledge everybody over there, man. Y'all.
Well, if we acknowledge everybody, we need an extra hour.
Bro, chill out, bro.
I got time.
Okay.
So all right. So something that we ask everybody on this show that I want to make sure I hit you with all the, you know, our original questions. Since you're a fan, you had to go through fights on the schoolyard for it. I need to know, when did wrestling break your heart? Now, for me, you know, when Vince McMahon and Stone Cold beat up The Rock at WrestleMania 17, to this day, I do not watch the end of WrestleMania 17 because of how it bugged me as a kid. Like, I was going to school the next day, crushed, bro. It was over for me, right? So I need to know, when was the time as a fan that WrestleMania broke your heart, Jey Uso?
I don't know about like a WrestleMania moment, Oos, but
just in general,
it doesn't
wrestling
have to be
in general,
wrestling in
whenever
general.
it could have been a Raw, whenever
could have been a house show.
Yeah,
I remember specifically watching my dad. All my brothers, we would just sit on the living room floor where my mom would be behind us on the couch watching our pops.
Yeah.
And this is the payback when Stone Cold came out and beat the hell out of him with the chair.
Oh.
To where it kind of did get, it was that uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
As kids, though, like that's the first time I kind of got like teary-eyed, you know, like couldn't watch. And then I see my mom, like she's emotional too. And I remember just how much like blood my dad was bleeding because he was damn near black. Like that's how much he was leaking. That's the first time I didn't like wrestling. Or like, what? You know? Yeah, that's off the dome right there.
Seeing your pops get beat down like that,
bro, I got scared when
he was about to run him over with the car too. Like, remember he was sitting on the outside.
Yeah,
he beat his ass and we're talking headshots here.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, bro, keys
all the way to the back to the locker room, like just headshots. Wow. So,
yeah, bro, you got to be like, hey, maybe. Tell the boys don't watch tonight. Right? Come on, man. Bro, I was scared when they threw him in the back of the truck. When he fell off the
Hell in Cell with Taker.
Boy, I was like, man, they done got Rikishi. Like as a kid, like that's wild to see. I couldn't imagine it being my own pops. So.
Right? To fall off the
But Oos, even as a performer now, I look at it from a wrestling point too. Like to take a choke slam from the top of the cage and take a backwards fall into a truck.
Putting a lot of trust in there.
No
man.
look back either. No like on the way down.
You could overshoot and like hit the top of the hood, or you feel me? Or his head, an inch off could kill you almost.
That's a lot of trust.
There's a lot.
Hey, bro, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. That damn cage match is high. Like you gotta climb your ass up there. It's high, bro. It's high.
Yeah,
I don't do heights, Oos.
Yeah.
Jay, you mentioned her real briefly, so I want to bring it up because what we found out, is a lot of the sons of wrestlers, athletes of any type, entertainers, always out on the road, and that means Mom Duke's got to hold it down at home, right? Your mom, Miss Talisua, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, I had to hit up my Uso Tadao right before this interview. I made sure I was pronouncing it correctly, so I want to be respectful. And since you mentioned her during your promo on Monday with Gunther, which was incredible. Once you got the crowd to realize that this was a serious moment and they stopped yeeting and letting you get through. I like how you motioned for him to chill and then you got through. Man, that was one of the realest promos because it was straight from the heart. You could feel it. What does you brought about your mom and having to explain to her what happened to your brother. So just in reality, what does she mean to you? Because I'm sure she had to hold it down while your pop's on the road, as we know, 300 days a year.
Man, she's a strong woman. Like it had to be hard for her because like she had us at 18 and my dad was just always trying to be a wrestler at 18. So we didn't have no money, because he's trying to be a wrestler. She did her best. And as I got older, man, I just recognized game. She did her best to raise us, man. And I know we was crazy. It was 4 boys. Like, I love my mother. Like, all of us, like, we take care. She the queen. She'll be at Mania. If you're there, I'll introduce you. Like, she's always there running up the tab, screaming, my boy. Like, that's all she do is, my boys. If I walk into a restaurant, I can hear her. Like, she's really loud. Small, though. But she's a glue, man. I love. Sometimes she's 50-50 about watching wrestling because she got a lot of, I'm pretty sure, good and bad memories from the business. But just to see how we're doing now, like she loves it, man. Can't wait to put on for her in WrestleMania. I think I guess that's what the promo. It was easy for me to be real because I did talk about my mom, and and telling people to do that, like be quiet, like it's hard to command silence. Like I'm telling the people to be quiet. You feel me?
Right.
Like that's a whole different game right there. Like you always want people to cheer and pop for you out here, man. I'm telling the crowd to chill. You feel me? So I can, so y'all can feel this. And I did feel they was wilding out a little bit in the beginning, but by the end of the promos, I had them in the palm of my hand.
Yeah, you commanded them without doubt. Once they realized that this wasn't like a joke. This was a serious moment. And he and I were watching together, and we were like, yo, these cats got to chill for a minute. And then they did, and it was just. That like I said, one of the best promos. I mean, maybe for you, bro, maybe your best promo of all time, because that it was so you real. And I, we were like, bam, they got me, dog. It really did.
We were at don't ask us why. We was at Hollywood Park Casino watching it, and
we're doing like an ESPN show, like what he was, and then I just happened to be there.
Yeah, I was doing a live watch of Raw, and when you came on, bro, we were standing and like you couldn't take our eyes off you. It was like, man, all we need for him to do is say it.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Because I put on Twitter about 3 weeks ago, Jay, when Gunther was, kind of handling you a little bit, I was like, look, I love main event Jey Uso. I love right hand man. I said, right now, bro, I'ma get him, Jey Uso.
Now
I said, I need him. And then when you said that, at that promo, we're at Hollywood. I screamed.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, oh,
you want to dunked on his ass.
Because I knew at that moment, that was going to be the switch moment. And I was like, I'm going to get him. When you told Daniel Bryan, I'm going to get you, like, you're not locking him out. You're locking me in. Like, I felt that. And when you did that, I was like, yo, I was already invested, but I'm like, now, this is it right here.
A lot of that, all it needed to be was Jimmy. All it needed to be was Jimmy to set you off. And we know what type of teammates you guys have been for forever. Talk to me a little bit about what it was like. Obviously, I've seen you say that Mania match that you guys had been cut short, so you guys were just trying to pick up the pieces and make it work. But talk to me a little bit about the Royal Rumble, too, when you guys was 1 and 2. What is it like going against your twin? That's got to be a weird feeling as well.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like the Rumble, dog. I was happy as hell, man. I was like, that I knew I was 1 and he was 2. But man, we stand in the middle of the ring. He trying to make me laugh again. We say I love you too, Luce. And we start banging on each other. It's great, bro. It doesn't feel like work to me, Luce. You feel me? Like I'm so calm with him in there. Roman Solo, I don't feel the same as I do working with my other my other peoples, but just some reason with my brothers, man, it's just fun. It's easy. Like I don't get tired in there with them. It's weird. I guess because I'm not overthinking a lot, but I want to do more with my brother. Man, Big Jim is him. Luce.
Yeah,
like he's dope, man. He's a funny dude, man. I wish you get a glimpse of it a little bit.
Yep.
Man, off the dime too, bro. Funny, man. He low key a comedian.
Yeah,
that's why I keep
with some stand up comedy. He did it one time, man, but he got to shake back to
it. Divas, I think.
Yeah. So, all right. So there's 2 things that I want to ask you, and we know you got a busy schedule, but it's a question that we ask everybody, and I want to make sure that we get it in on you, and then I want to talk to you about 2K. I want to talk to you about the video game. Number 1, we got to get this for our show, man. There's a situational based question that we have. You have 50 dudes in a bar. You in there chilling, chilling with the homies. And
more than $10 in your pocket this time.
There's 50 dudes in a bar, all right? And they don't want you in there. I need you to pick a team of yourself and 4 other superstars to make sure that Jey Uso is getting to the car.
Minus my brothers, right?
Like we asked.
Because this shit really happened.
Oh, okay. Well, please share that story with us if you would.
I know it.
I don't want to share it. No.
All right, that's another day.
We asked Roman to not include the bloodline because it would be easy, and then he did all the elders.
Yeah.
So I ain't going to tell you, but like it would be easy to say your brother. But who would you pick?
Who would you pick?
I got off the rip. I got Braun Breaker.
All right, yeah, solid.
I would choose Gunther.
Okay.
Okay.
Otis.
Okay.
Otis. All right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
He been bullied.
That's the second time he been picked.
For real? Yeah. Probably Bronson Reed.
Big Bronson.
Oh my God, yeah, big body. Make a hole, make a hole.
Get out. Right. We getting you home safe that night, Jay.
We getting home.
Absolutely. Now, man, you are, obviously a part of 2K. One of the times you and I were supposed to link up was for that 2K, and being in a video game, you've done it many times. But just for those who are unaware, WWE 2K25 is available now. Roman Reigns is on the standard cover, and the Bloodline are the focus of the 2K Showcase Story Mode. The Undertaker appears on the Dead Man Edition, which is the equivalent of the Deluxe, which previously featured Rhea and Bianca. Shout out to Bianca. We Bianca fans over here.
Yes, sir.
And Roman and members of both versions of the Bloodline appear on the Bloodline Edition cover, including you, Jay. So what's it like being a cover star? What's it like playing as yourself in a video game? Let us mere mortals know what it is to be main event Jey Uso in a video game.
You know what I'm saying, Lewis? We ain't gotta create ourselves no more. You feel me? Like I get to pick myself. You feel me?
Yeah.
Man, blessed, Lewis. Like, just taking it all in. Never thought I'd be here. And I've said that a whole bunch of times, Lewis, because I didn't. I just knew I had to bust my ass, and then the other doors open up. Lewis, if that makes sense, man. I stay consistent to this business. I think that's the main thing, Lewis. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle, man, one of my favorite, bro. I go off of his mindset. This is a marathon, man. And if you're not in here for the long run, then there goes a back door, But if you're gonna give your all to this business, video games will open up, merchandise, just everything and anything. So I just try to stay humble with it, and embrace all the hard work as it comes, fruits and labor. It's fire though. On a damn video game with my whole family.
That's crazy.
Dope.
Come on.
And remember the all-new 2K Showcase, which is hosted by the wise man, Paul Heyman. It celebrates one of the most iconic wrestling family dynasties, the Bloodline and the Anoa'i family. Players can relive historic showdowns like the Usos versus the New Day and the Hell in a Cell, like you spoke about, or flip the script and change the outcome of select matchups. If something happened in history you don't like, just flip it. You know what I mean?
Hey, Lord knows what I'm going to flip it in.
You about to be WWE champion, ain't you?
Yeah, bro. You know what it is, man. You know exactly what
NWA hat on.
Well, man,
We're being told, I think we're being told.
Yeah, we're being told you got stuff to do, man. Obviously, the most important thing is that you bring the house down, man.
No doubt. Man.
We're rooting for you, man. I got your back no matter what. They could kiss my ass, the IWC. This is my dog, and I'll defend you forever. But before we go, there's one thing we got to tell you. That's what he need, bro.
This is
you
coming.
look good with that,
right?
But one thing we do want to say to you before you get out of here. Yeah.
Come on. Hey, after Mania. I'm not here right now, man. Come on, cuz.
Jay, man, all the best to you, brother. Like I said, your story, watching you come up, it's been great. Seeing you in this position now is amazing. It just shows you the power that the fans have if they really get behind someone. And they only get behind people that truly have earned it, like this man has. So, absolutely. Man, I can't wait.
And they get behind a Niners fan, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's style.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Anyway,
appreciate y'all, Oos, man. Love, man.
You.
Thank y'all for having me on here, bro.
Are you kidding me?
WrestleMania Saturday night, bro. I'm gonna put it on for y'all, man. This might be a match that you might tell the kids to not watch, but you know what I'm saying. We got to do this, Oos. I got to get him.
You got to get him. Wait a minute, Jay. One more time. What was that last thing you said? You got to get him. I'm
gonna get him, bro. Come on. Yes. If you know, you know.
Get him. Absolutely, man. Enjoy your day, bro.
Appreciate you, G.
Love us.
Jey Uso.
Yeah, sir.
Let's
TJ.
go. I'm hyped,
bro.
Yo, I'm hyped.
I've been waiting. Y'all don't understand. We've been waiting for that interview for a long time. Like Jay from the jump of No Contest has been super supportive. Obviously, our first episode was CM Punk and
Charles Montgomery.
You know, that was y'all a little behind the scenes. That was a little tightrope, little act we had to pull off right there. And Jay was going to have to save the day for us. And so to finally be able to do it, and he's at the height of his heights right now. Truly an honor, man. I appreciate you, Jey Uso. And now he's officially no contest alum,
right? Bro. And I love, we didn't get to ask him the Hall of Fame question, but he gave us 3 matches that we're going to put into this Hall of Fame for him. So what a great interview. Look, there's so much more we can talk about, but I feel like we did a pretty good job of taking Jay from the beginning of his journey until now. And now there's only one thing left, and that's for him on Saturday night.
Get that big boy.
Walk home with that, man. And that's going to be amazing. And, just think about the video game thing. Like you said, they were a downloadable character before, and now look where they're at. And just remember that the island is an all-new interactive WWE-themed world. Now, players will explore epic gameplay arenas and vie to impress your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Complete quests, take on challenges, compete in live events, and upgrade your My Superstar through multiple storyline chapters. This game is
bro. Honestly, for anybody who plays the basketball 2K, you know what it's like roaming around in the city. Mm-hmm. That can either be hell or it can be some of the greatest times of you playing if you got you a squad. We're doing it with wrestling. That's wild, bro. Right. That's wild. 2K, you did it again.
You did it again.
Took more of my money.
Well, there you have it. This was a great episode. We hit our main event, Jey Uso. We named our 10 favorite wrestler theme songs. Yeah. Amazing, and I know that's going to create a lot of conversation. So, of course, in our comments,
well, that's fine.
Well, not only that, it's just like it's good that people are going to bring up songs that are going to make us go, "Oh, I didn't even think about that one." So we're looking forward to seeing you in the comments. And remember, you can follow us on all socials. There's No Contest on Twitter or X, whatever you call it. No Contest Wrestling Podcast on Instagram. And all of our videos, including this Jey Uso version, will be on the Rich Eisen Show YouTube page.
Yeah.
Man, this is it. We're here. This is WrestleMania week.
This is WrestleMania week. The next time we see y'all, we will have so much to talk about because the world will have crumbled under the force that is WrestleMania 41. We appreciate you guys as always.
And you know what? Next Monday, we're going to be...
No.
we're going to save it. But next Monday, whatever you do, please tune in.
Because you don't want to.
We're going to be at a little... We got something special cooked up for Monday.
Chill out, bro.
Episode 29. Make sure you tune in. We'll talk about it more. We'll put some social media stuff out for that. But, for this week, enjoy this.
Yeah, man. We thank you guys, as always, for checking us out on the No Contest Wrestling Podcast. Tip your waitresses, and we'll see you next week.
I'll be here all week.